Good morning, everyone. Uh, we will start the morning call. Last Friday, US markets were positive. Although today morning, Asian markets are mixed. Investors are weighing pickup in growth on one hand and inflationary pressures on the other hand. So we have a few markets in the negative and few in the positive. Also, today morning, Evergrande, the property developer, trading in this share has been suspended on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange because they have missed the second bond interest payment. So that is also acting as slightly negative in Asia. Also, Chinese markets will be closed till Thursday this week because of golden holiday that they celebrate. So now I will hand over to the technical team.
Thank you, Jihan. Good morning, all of you. This is Swati. Today, the market is likely to open on a flattish note and we might see some range-bound trading session during the day. On the technical front, we have seen that the market had slipped below the important support zone, which was at around 17,700 levels. And last week, we have seen a closing below that level, close to 17,532, which gives a little bit cautious signs. I believe as long as Nifty trades below 17,700 levels, we are likely to witness a profit booking, or say the selling pressure is likely to be continued, which might take a Nifty towards 17,670 to 17,500 levels on the downside. So as of now, currently the 17,500 will be the immediate support zone. If it's break that level, then 17,300 and 200 levels can be seen on the downside. Whereas on the higher side, 17,700 will be the first resistance zone. And but for the today intraday purpose, the resistance is placed at 17,600. Above that level, we expect some pullback rally, which might take a Nifty towards 17,670 to 17,700. So overall view is little bit cautious as long as Nifty trade is below 17,700 levels. But definitely we are witnessing a very sectorial rotation into the market. Stocks are really doing very well. Mid caps as of now performing very well. So one can be a look towards the stock specific trades, but with the strict stop losses. On the bank Nifty front, Friday also we have seen a very good pullbacks from the lower levels, but as of now, Bank Nifty is facing a very strong resistance of 38,000 psychological mark. Now 38,000 will act as a very strong resistance level. As long as trades below that level, the view will remain cautious on the Bank Nifty as well. But for the today intraday purpose, the first resistance is placed at 37,600. Above that level, we are going to expect little bit pullback rally, which might take a Bank Nifty towards 37,800 to 38,000 levels. Whereas on a downside, 37,000 will be the immediate support zone. Below that level, if it's break that level, then selling pressure is likely to be intensified, which might take a Bank Nifty towards 36,730, 720 levels on the downside. Coming towards the Nifty Finance side, the support is placed at 18,120 level. Below that level, 18,000 levels can be seen. On the flip side, 18,300 will be the immediate resistance level. Above that level only, we can see some positive momentum, which might take a Nifty Finance towards 18,400. As I said, it's a stock specific market. In the stocks, you can just have a look on the Chambal Fertilizer. We have already initiated a call on the Chambal Fertilizer for a target of 360. One can go for long positions with the stop loss of 328 levels on the downside. Another buy call I would like to give on the Gabriel, which is a mid cap counter. This particular counter has a potential to go up to 170 to 180 levels. So one can take a long position into the Gabriel also for a target of 172. Stop loss can be kept at 150. I think that's it from our end. We request derivative guys to take a call forward.
Very good morning, everyone. This is Ayush Mehta. I'll be covering the derivative part for today. Now, by looking at the call option data of Nifty, the maximum open interest is at 18,000 strike, which is having around 19.5 lakh contracts. It will act as a crucial resistance level for Nifty in the month of October. Whereas intraday immediate resistance would be at 17,600 for Nifty. Now moving on to the put option data of Nifty, highest open interest of around 29 lakh contracts are at 17,000 strikes, which will act as a very strong support level for Nifty in the series, whereas 17,400 will be the immediate support level. Overall view is cautious because we have seen continuous selling pressure in the last week. If Nifty gives a closing above 17,600, then short covering will start and it will take the Nifty towards 17,800. Whereas if Nifty breaks 17,300 on the closing basis, it might drag Nifty on 17,000 to 17,000. So 17,300 to 17,600 is a range. So now moving on to India VIX, it closed at 17.21 on Friday. If it goes below 15, then only volatility will be reduced and markets will be trending again. Now moving on to stocks, Amar Raja and NTPC looks positive. That's all from my side. I request fundamental takes the guys to take the call forward.
Yeah. We saw that on over the weekend, Spandana Spurti, the company said that the CFO as well as the chief strategy officer has resigned. So this has been the trend since the stock has listed. Last year also CFO and CS both had resigned in the mid of last year. So overall, we feel this is a negative for the company. One should avoid the stock. Uh, Federal Bank released their business update for Q2, wherein the loan growth quarter on quarter was at 3.4% and year on year at 12%, which looks decent. More importantly, CASA ratio improved to multi-year highs of 36% against 35% in June quarter and 34% last year. So this is positive. CSB Bank, similarly, Q2 business update was not that great. It was below our expectation. Gold loans declined sequentially by 3% quarter on quarter. This is a second consecutive decline, sequential decline. So this stock should react negatively, although stock has already underperformed. So stock will kind of languish at these levels. We feel on the non-gold side, they did show some good improvement. Year-on-year growth has now reached 13%. Quarter-on-quarter growth was 4%, so that is decent. Auto numbers for the month of September were overall tepid. Two-wheelers posted negative growth year-on-year despite the low base of last year. And maximum decline was seen in Eicher Motors with 44% decline and 26% decline in Hero. Tractors remain subdued after very high growth last year. M&M tractor sales declined by 7%. Escorts declined by 25%. Maruti sales also declined by 46%, but that was largely expected. They had already guided for a weak set of numbers. The best performing segment in the auto space was commercial vehicles, where both Tata Motors and Ashok Leyland posted growth of 33% and 14% respectively in the commercial vehicle side. Going forward, the CV segment should continue to outperform, especially in the second half, as last two consecutive years the performance had been really bad and the base is also very low. So it will be easy for them to post high growth in the second half. That's it from my side.
Good morning, everyone. Aurobindo's, there's a negative development that its MD, Mr. Govind Ranjan, has tendered his resignation due to personal reasons. The company has now appointed heads for different divisions. So they are now targeting different divisions separately. So API for that, they have appointed a different CEO, and for injectables, a different. So, but we believe this would be a negative for today's trade as Mr. Govind Rajan has done quite a good job for the company. Another update is about the Pfizer, which has entered into a business transfer agreement with Mylan Pharma to transfer its off-patent branded and generic established medicines for consideration of 180 crores. The collective revenues of this business is 71 crores, and that represents 3.2% of Pfizer's overall revenue. So this is positive for Pfizer. Also, DMart has come out with their Q2 FY22 update, business update, and they're expecting revenues to be in the range of 7,650 crores. That's a growth of 46% YOY. However, due to lockdown, even if we don't consider this period, it is in a 26.6%, 28.6% growth of over 2 years back Q2. So, and also there is a Q&Q growth, so of growth of 46%. So this is better than what the street were expecting. And the company has also opened 8 stores during this quarter, and now currently operating 246 crores, so 246 stores. So this is positive for DMart, and we believe there could be a positive trade in today's session. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Tech Mahindra has acquired Beris Consulting for 7 million euros. The transaction is expected to complete by October 8. This will help the company in building the automotive industry. CY20 revenue for Beris stands at euro 10.1 million. This is neutral to the company. Other than this, NIIT has acquired 70% stake in RPS Technologies to strengthen its training solutions in emerging digital technologies. The consideration is for rupees 82 crores, and the remaining 30% would be acquired by NIIT in subsequent tranches. The transaction is expected to be accretive for NIIT Limited. The company had revenues of 73 crores in FY21, and trailing 12-month period ending September, RPS had revenues of rupees 105 crores. This is positive to the company. Thank you.
Good morning. Coal India posted their quarterly sales for the quarter two. The volume came at 147.4 million ton, up by almost 10% year on year, but down by 8% quarter on quarter. NMDC also came out with their quarterly sales and reported at 8.93 million tons versus 9.45 million ton quarter on quarter. APL Apollo Tubes sales volume came at 0.43 million ton, up by 15% sequentially, but down by 11% year on year. The sales volume recovered sequentially as the construction activity started to pick up after the COVID wave 2. However, the extended monsoon in quarter two impacted the construction activity to some extent. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. We are done for the day. Thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.